Hello, is it us you're looking for? We can hear the way you type. You should probably subscribe.
And I want to tell you so much.
Josh.
I love you.
Honestly, it's not bad.
It's pretty sensual and nice, but we need to move along.
Yeah, we should probably... Okay, Josh!
Enough.
Thank you. Guys, welcome to Comic Relief After Hours. I think Josh got a little overzealous with the musical number that we did.
Me, a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
As always, well, not as always, but regularly, I'm here again with Josh.
Jamon!
Okay, and Dallas.
Move it along.
All right. And we have some topics to talk with you today about, some things we'd like to hit. First thing, actually, is I was going to do, since I saw Pacific Rim Uprising and neither of you tool bags saw it, even though Dallas has it on his fucking
I'm getting there.
fantasy draft. What was it, your 4th round draft pick?
I think it was.
Yeah.
What's the numbers you got so far on
I think
that?
it's at 200 million right now.
Yeah, it's not doing a whole lot. I think the
Still
last
pretty
it was like
decent.
211.
Man, I thought for sure Wrinkle in Time would beat it.
211 million worldwide. But anyway, guys, I saw Pacific Rim Uprising, and if you want to go check out my quick thoughts on it, you can always check it out on Stardust, the app. Shameless plug, Stardust, the app. It is at Comic Relief 11, no spaces. But anyway, Pacific Rim Uprising, this thing falls way short of its predecessor. I mean, this is the movie that let me know only Guillermo del Toro could have done this movie and could have done the first Pacific Rim, because they leaned so hard into not making this feel realistic at all that it literally felt like a Saturday morning cartoon, but not in a good way. Like, Guillermo del Toro did just the right amount of a tightrope walk to make it feel like, okay, yeah, this is fantasy, but it still feels like it exists in our world, you know? There was just enough believability there. This one, they went full fucking retard on. I mean, they had to the point where they're
taking an Oscar home.
Nope.
Oh, fuck no.
Sean Penn, full retard, didn't take an Oscar home.
Dude, I mean, John Boyega gives us as charismatic a performance as he can. The little girl, she's not bad, but at the same time, it's like, why is this little girl here? Like, why?
I know, you don't even have a name for her. You just have
her name is Amara Namani or something like that.
Yeah, that little girl.
But she, like, builds her own little mini Jaeger, which is actually kind of cute looking. I'm not gonna lie.
Does it look like Hello Kitty?
No, it kind of looks like a mix
disappointing.
between like a frog and a turtle thing. It's kind of cool.
So kind of like the Black Ranger on Power Ranger, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, his ninja,
I'm a frog.
I'm a frog. But anyway, so I don't know. I didn't like her. I didn't like all the recruits. It actually reminded me a lot of when they're focusing on like the young kids of Ender's Game. Did you guys ever see the newest Ender's Game with like Harrison Ford? Probably better that you don't.
I like my money.
Okay, yeah. Again, probably better that you don't see it. But it reminded me so much of that. John Boyega does as much as he can with his material. Scott Eastwood isn't just this guy. Stop making him a thing. They need to stop. I mean, he's just not a good actor. I'm sorry, he's just not. And then one of the things they try to do here is they try to make these Jaegers kind of like, shut the fuck up.
Nobody knows what's going
No,
on.
but I talk with my hands. But anyway, they try and basically make Jaegers like drones, so that basically they're controlled remotely. And so what happens is there's a twist in this I won't really give away if you don't want me to, but anyway, they took kaiju parts and someone secretly like put the brains of the kaijus inside of the drones. So the drones, next thing you know, is they like kaijus grow out of the fucking drones. So the kaiju are wearing like the fucking exoskeletons of the Jaegers. It's bad. It's no good. And the action between the Jaegers and the kaiju, it's not fun. It's not entertaining to watch. It's bland, and I'm really sorry to say that because I love the first Pacific Rim so much.
So should I support my own draft pick there or just avoid?
Hey, dude, you can throw at your $4 with a matinee and not feel too bad
go.
about it. It goes by quick. It's not a long film, so there's that.
So, do you think they might do a spin-off of Little Girl?
No, this
Just call it Little
Coming this summer, Little Girl, Little Amara.
No, I'm pretty.
Now she has a
Oh,
fucking
now
name.
when she gets around there.
Now we address her by her
I
name.
told you earlier her name was Amara Namani or something like that. And it
Amani?
sounds
like that.
Namani.
Oh man,
It's-
how ironic would it be if she was wearing Armani?
There's no R. Amara is her first name.
Okay, what's her last name?
Namani.
Mix it all together. What do you get?
Amara Namani.
You get Armani.
No, you don't.
Telling you. Subliminal messages. It's a conspiracy theory.
Anyways, okay.
Jeff
all right.
Jones does not mouth
talk
Sylvine.
Shh. Anyways, no. I tried to tell Lexi that. She would not have it. Oh, she's going to hate me for bringing this up, but she is.
Illuminati.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I would say this franchise is, for all intents and purposes, dead in the water. This movie will not make its money back. It won't make as much as the first one, I'm sure. But I will say that the Jaeger designs in this were cool. Like, there was one that was kind of based on, like, a ninja chick, but she's like, it's fast. The way it moves is cool, but the action was just subpar. Somehow the action in the first one, where they looked like big and clunky and slow, looked way better.
Is it weird that when you said ninja chick, the first thing that popped in my head was like a little chicken dressed as a ninja?
Probably.
Yeah, we're going to move on. So, guys, do you have any thoughts on Pacific Rim Uprising other than being on your fantasy draft and being a little disappointed in it?
Disappointed to hear your review.
Yeah.
I'll
I gave
track
it a
the
2
money.
out of 5 stars on Stardust.
That's not good.
No.
That's not good.
Extrapolate that. That's only a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
I personally, the reason why I haven't seen it is because Del Toro is not doing it. So I was like, I don't have any.
I was under the impression that you can take what Del Toro established and do your own thing. No, this really needed Del Toro's touch for it to work the first time, apparently.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, but there's something about what he can do with the camera and a story and camera angles and all this shit, and just make it like a spectacle. This one was not. This one was boring. It felt flat. It felt very two-dimensional, as opposed to the other one where you felt like you were kind of right in the grit. Like that first time you see a kaiju versus a Jaeger in the ocean, and you're like right there, and you get to see the scale of these things. They never really give you a size comparison, and sometimes it seems completely off. Like you see a person in the background, there's the Jaeger, and you're like, there's no way. This person looks like it's probably as tall as the head of that Jaeger. And then remember in the first one, they get lowered down on the kaiju's body. It's just, yeah. No, didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. I really wanted to like it. I really did. I loved the first one. I saw it, when the first one came out, I saw it back-to-back nights.
Oh.
Yeah. So, disappointed in this one. Sorry. Any final thoughts before we move on to the bigger topics?
I hope you're wrong. I hope your opinion is wrong.
Well,
my God.
as history has shown us, that's never been the case.
Let's not get carried away.
All right, so one of the big things that has happened in the world of nerd culture is the newest Deadpool trailer dropped. And I gotta say, this is definitely the best trailer they've put out so far, in my opinion, which is always right. So,
I think the first trailer has contention for the best just because the CG jokes, it got me.
yeah, that was good.
And
but
then the whole, like, Ryan Reynolds dialogue with the action figures.
it was fun, but there was no footage from the movie. They made this.
I know it was a low budget trailer, like most of their marketing has been, but I really like that associated with it. But I'm not knocking this trailer. It was
I like that
pretty
first
awesome.
trailer, but this one gives you a little bit more of an idea of what's happening in the film, and I like that. And it looks like there's a lot more action in this movie. You can tell they've thrown a lot more money into this movie, and I think it's only going to serve to make it just a hell of a ride.
Oh yeah, that and you actually get to see the characters as opposed to a small glimpse in the helicarrier. You actually get to see them.
Right. And we get to see some Deadpool with some sword-on-sword action, which I think is awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy carries around swords. No one else does, so...
Right. Might as well use them.
Yeah, Josh isn't going to say anything here because he doesn't really know anything about Deadpool. All his knowledge about Deadpool comes from just the first movie, and that's it, so he has nothing to really say.
He just really knows how to fucking hurt me. I know a lot about Deadpool. Deadpool's one of my favorites.
What's his real name?
Wade Wilson.
That's because you watched the movie.
Did you know? Did you know that they have actually announced that he's supposed to be like a distant cousin of Slade Wilson?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
If you actually knew anything about the comics, and it doesn't make sense because you don't know anything about the comics.
Yeah. But now I dig it. Especially I got goosebumps when he did the whole X-Force thing.
That's a different.
You guys
series.
can't see it, but I'm like,
Yeah, you're doing the Wonder Woman thing.
The X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I will say though that
Wakanda Forever.
the beginning song that they put to this trailer I thought was a little unoriginal. I feel like I hear that song pretty often.
It was.
I
And
can't remember what song was it.
Right now I can't think of it. but I
Oh,
remember-
really? So it was unoriginal, but you know, because you hear it all the
Listen,
time, but you can't
Deadpool
remember
noob.
it.
It really was though. Like there was one part where the song kicked in, and it's that part everybody knows of the song, and it worked for that part. But something about seeing the
Was
first
it Endless Love? No, it's not Endless Love. I can't remember what. No, you're talking about
It's
like
unoriginal.
you're talking about the LL Cool J. Don't call it a comeback. I'm
Yeah,
talking about the
yeah.
very
Call it a
beginning.
comeback.
Oh no, no.
No, I think it was like Endless Love or something like
It might have
that.
been.
It was something very. I'm like, I kind of wish that the first one where they had that Salt and Pepper song that they used.
Yeah.
Remember for the first movie, first trailer?
I have only one hope for this movie. If
What
it
is it?
doesn't happen, I'm going to be very upset.
No. It's gonna happen. Deadpool is wearing stilettos. Your jerk off fantasy.
Oh,
Come to life.
no. The Crocs is what did it for me.
The masturbation
No,
Crocs.
Veronica, she has to become copycat. She needs to be copycat.
Oh.
I won't be happy until she's copycat.
What if it's not actually Domino? What if it is Copycat?
What?
Mind blown. And I know that you don't know this, but Domino's first appearance was actually it was Copycat as Domino. It wasn't really Domino Nina.
Yeah. Oh, wow, really? I
Yeah.
did not know that.
So, you learn something new
Oh,
every
The
day.
more
man.
you know. Rainbow
Wait a
and
minute.
Star.
Next thing you're going to tell me is in the first appearance of Deadpool, he's not eating a chimichanga?
No, he's not.
What the fuck,
No,
man?
I know.
Spoiler
Fuck.
alert.
Rob Liefeld didn't even know what a chimichanga was.
He doesn't even know how to draw hands.
So there's no way, unless he was eating chimichanga out of like a fish bowl.
Yeah.
A fish bowl with pouches.
That was a nice sound effect.
Oh, thank you. I'm full of sound effects.
No one heard
Right.
my pouches joke? Fuck you.
I heard it, I just didn't laugh.
Oh.
Because I was more intrigued by the sound.
They asked him about patches, like why he makes so many
Because he can't draw everything else.
And he was like, I just thought it looked really cool, so I put pouches on everybody. They're pointless. There's nothing even in them, guys.
No, there's not. You
There's
never see
nothing in them.
You never see anybody dig into their pouch like, oh, hold on.
Oh man, let me get my
grenade.
keys out of my pouch. Like, oh, my passport. I don't know which pouch it's in.
me a
I
minute,
forgot
give me
my
a minute.
phone, but guys, I need a selfie. Hold on.
We're
Give me
We're
a
all
minute.
rubbing
Wait a minute.
ourselves
Give
down,
me a
just so
minute.
you know.
Yep.
Let me check your pouches, Jake.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I
those
like
are nice pouches.
that. Is there anything else from the trailer that you wanted to discuss specifically that was like, hey, I didn't think about this, or I didn't know about this? I mean, I thought him doing burnouts and Professor X's wheelchair was kind of funny.
That was funny. Again, that's a sprinkle of interconnectivity.
Right.
Like they're not throwing, all the popular X-Men in your face, but there's those little things.
That's definitely Patrick Stewart, Professor X's
Oh, yeah.
wheelchair. I want to say, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
Almost positive.
Hey! I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right. Okay. You know.
No, but yes. Oh, the 10-year franchise thing. I like that.
Oh, the comment about needing
Oh, yeah.
actors young enough
Yeah.
to carry.
And then the gentle caress of Colossus'
Should've-
hard metal
should've
ass.
stopped at one.
Yeah. Should have stopped at one.
Stopped at one.
That was a good comment.
Yeah. Okay, so there's all these rumors circling now about there being these special cameos. They're very secretive. Dallas, what do you think is the most likely candidate for a cameo?
Likely?
Most likely candidate.
Most likely, they're definitely keeping in the X-Men franchise.
Right.
So I don't think they're going to get someone huge, like Patrick Stewart, because he's done. They might do Hugh Jackman, even though he said
I was gonna
he's
say
done.
when you said not huge,
I thought-
I'm thinking
retracted
Hugh
that 'cause
Jackman.
I had Professor X on my mind.
Yeah.
But Hugh Jackman, even if it's just as Hugh Jackman.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because we know Hugh Jackman, the actor, exists in the Deadpool movie.
Right. It would be
So-
nice if he's like, man, you really look like Wolverine, and he's like, piss off, bub, or something.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all you need. But Hugh Jackman would be my first choice.
It'd be hilarious if Hugh Jackman broke out in song. Like, you look like Wolverine. He's like, fuck off!
I'm actually P.T. Barnum.
Oklahoma! Yeah, it's-
There's that. I hope not.
I
breaks
feel
out
they
on like a Les
miserable
Mis.
right
Yeah,
now.
they miserable.
And what about you, Josh? What do you think is the most likely candidate for the surprise cameo? Which there are probably multiple, but what do you think is the most likely?
I mean, I'm going to agree with you. I mean, Hugh Jackman would seem like the most likely because him and Ryan Reynolds are such like close
Such
friends.
pals, yeah.
And I think it would be crazy with them being such huge pals for them not to make that cameo since Deadpool is like a legit legit thing now.
Yeah.
Like, and that plus when you think of Deadpool, it sounds like, I mean, usually when I think of Deadpool, the first things I think of is Cable, Domino, and then other characters that don't really matter that wouldn't be a cameo.
Yeah.
But Wolverine would be the next best one, and then after seeing the first movie and then also knowing the relationship those two have, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, it makes sense that would probably be the best one, the best next one.
I'm going to throw you for a loop here. I guarantee you that the cameo is actually Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds himself in a mocap suit talking about it. Apparently the suit's going to be green. That is the cameo.
Okay, I don't know about the suit being green, but Ryan
No.
Reynolds being the cameo, like
Ryan Reynolds in a
himself.
mocap suit. Like, yeah, I'm filming this movie. Apparently they're going to like CGI this green costume on me or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be
they
that would I would
poke
like
fun at it
that.
once already.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think that's what the cameo is going to be.
Honestly, though, I wouldn't put it past doing a cameo. I'm putting air quotes again. A cameo like that, or like if there's a comic book in the distance that has like Josh Brolin as Thanos or something small like that.
Well,
or it's an Infinity Gauntlet in the background.
That wouldn't be bad.
I mean, just doesn't have any gems in it. You can't call it an Infinity
they've
Gauntlet.
already referenced Ryan Reynolds as an actor in that universe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because of the whole, like, do you think Ryan Reynolds got this far on his superior acting method?
Right. Yeah. What about some of the characters we now know? Terry Crews playing a character named Bedlam.
Yep.
Not a character I'm familiar with.
You're not. Oh man, you guys need to read some books.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about Bedlam.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not
Educate
going to
us.
sit here and talk about it.
Don't go. You guys need to read some books.
I don't know anything. I'm a noob when it comes to Deadpool.
You don't know
Hey,
Bedlam.
I didn't
at all.
say
okay.
this, so I'm asking.
Shatterstar is supposed to be in there too, right?
I don't think that's confirmed. I think that was confirmed to be somebody else.
It has to be.
I mean, he
because
looks
has
like
the
Shatterstar.
headgear.
Yeah, he looks like
He has
Shatterstar.
that headgear.
I know.
It'd be pointless for them not. Who do you think? Bill Skarsgård's playing?
I think he's going to be a disposable character, somebody that just dies
Really? You don't
off.
think he's
Yeah.
going to be like Cannonball or something?
No. I mean, they have
What's your
Cannonball cast in
opinion?
the New Mutants already.
I don't think they'll kill him off.
What if
With
they make?
someone that
What if
just go ahead.
what if the cameo is Pennywise the clown, the dancing clown?
That would be kind of
Honestly, that would be kind of like hilarious.
What
to
if
break into
Deadpool
that.
just killed him too? Just like
Just real quick.
Fuck off!
He's like,
yeah.
oh shit!
Goddamn
Fucking
clowns!
clowns! Goddamn spider! Oh god!
Okay. What about this? Now we know. It seems like we know that Hope Summers is not the child that Cable's after. It actually looks like Cable's actually looking to kill this kid.
That's what it's looking like.
And then I forget they dropped the name of who this kid's supposed to be playing, and I can't remember for the life of me who it's supposed to be.
I can't remember. I've been trying to pay as little attention to all
Yeah,
this
I'm
as
trying
I possibly can.
exactly. I don't want to know too much, but
Same with the Infinity War because
Yeah.
the more I dig, the more I find shit out, and then like I find and like
I can't help that
I'm
the fact
ruining
that
cool things that would have been
Yeah.
awesome on like finding out on screen.
I try not to theorize so much, but James had me on his podcast for 3 hours and made me do it. So
You mean Josh? Oh, you mean James? My bad. I forgot.
God, you're still
I couldn't remember fucking names.
You're still so pussy.
I'm horrible at J names. Jake, horrible at J
I
names.
can't
Great at J names.
Anyway, I can't remember the name the kid's supposed to be playing, but it looks like Cable's trying to kill him. That's the way this trailer looks like it's cut together. That Cable's for some reason trying to kill this kid.
Is it because he has an Infinity Stone?
I think it's probably
Oh.
because Cable's kind of a fat shamer, and this kid's kind of a pudgy bitch.
Well, I mean,
Well,
look at Josh Brolin. I mean, why? Dude got ripped.
Yeah, dude's
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
tore
Yeah.
up. But I don't know. Did you find the name, Dallas?
no, there's no name with him or Bill. There's no name on IMDb.
I think Bill
associated.
Skarsgård just ends up being somebody just in the background, kind of the way he was in like John Wick 2 or whatever it was he was in.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know, but now
Atomic
he's a little
Blonde.
bit bigger.
Atomic Blonde, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Now like people people really
He's
like
not
him
in
now.
the fucking Pennywise makeup. No one knows who the fuck he is.
That's basically what it comes down to. He's recognizable for that, but like you were bringing up Atomic Blonde, he is kind of a background quick.
Yeah, because
serve
I
a
know he and the
purpose.
director are friends.
Right.
So that's why it's kind of like fucking Nathan Fillion and James Gunn.
Yeah, but see the thing is though, they haven't gave him a name, so I have a funny feeling it's going to be a little bit bigger character than what we think.
I mean, it could be, but I
'Cause
don't,
they don't
I don't
wanna
think
give
it's going to
too
be
much
anyone
away.
huge.
I don't know. He's not featured in anything but a single tiny shot in the trailer.
Yeah, well maybe it's because they don't want to spoil too much because too much of seeing him, like screen time, you're going to find out who it is, and then you're going to be
Listen to
able to
this
figure
guy
some
with
more
his
out.
pity dick in his mouth.
You said it was a decent size. Oh, you said pity. Okay.
All right. So, anything else you guys want to say about the Deadpool trailer? Then you're probably pretty excited for the movie.
Oh yeah, it looked good. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about Deadpool. I'm a noob.
This trailer got me more excited than the first one. I'm going to say that. This one got me more interested and excited and more like in anticipation of the movie.
This trailer was more of an actual trailer. The other
what I'm
ones,
saying, yeah.
The other ones weren't really an actual trailer. They were just more of like
They were funny
marketing
gags,
campaign
yeah.
kind of deal.
They've
I
been
did like
great
though
ads.
from the studio that bought you 27 dresses and
Yeah, that was great.
Because I love that. It's like, yeah, who gives a fuck what other movies the
Literally.
studio has done? Because like they've all done shit films.
The first time I watched that, I was like, they can't be serious. That's really what
Obviously,
they're. And then I started
yeah,
cracking up
it's
about it. I was like,
Deadpool,
that's
no.
clever. That's clever.
Yeah.
Clever girl.
Anything else you need to say about this movie?
No, not a whole lot. I don't know shit.
All right, well, let's transition on to something else you don't
I
know
don't
shit
have
about.
like
Deadpool
boxes
again.
of Deadpool comics or anything.
I know you don't. So let's transition into another Deadpool thing. Donald
Oh,
Glover
man.
was set to do an animated Deadpool series with FX, which has now definitively been axed. Not going to happen with Donald Glover, not going to happen on FX. How do you feel about this? Because I know you're also a big Childish Gambino fan.
I'm really,
but not a Deadpool fan, but a Donald Glover fan.
Okay. In all honesty, I am really upset about it. I'm not gonna lie, because I
see that
love
pity dick again.
Pity dick.
All right.
Okay.
He's actually pretending there's a penis.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's not
pretending
even that big
Jake's.
either.
It's not that big. It's just
How do you think he gets on this podcast, Alice?
slurp on that baby dick.
It's not his superior acting skills.
It's not my superior acting method, guys. No, I thought it was my beautiful angel voice.
I thought you were a method actor because you were like, I'm in a gay porno later, Jake. Let me practice on you. That's method acting.
You thought I was a method actor because I came in and I said, "Hey, I got a big cock," and you're just like, "Seems legit." And then he sees it and he's like,
You better.
Does he really believe it is?
Okay,
"You got to fucking Daniel Day-Lewis this shit. You got to put some prosthetics, make it actually seem like a big fucking cock."
All right, Dirk Diggler. What do you think about
Dirk Diggler?
Yeah, what do you
Can
think?
that be my superhero name?
Yeah, sure.
Call me Dirk Diggler.
Dirk.
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 Dick in my head. No, but in all honesty, I am
Looks
really...
like you say, kiss me, smart ass motherfucker.
You get your dick and your pussy all covered in shit!
Okay. So how do you feel about Deadpool, the animated Deadpool?
I'm really sad.
Why? Tell us
because
why.
I love... Okay, Deadpool... I don't love Deadpool that much anymore.
Because it's so mainstream.
Yeah, I'm such a hipster about it. No, it's because they took all these little things like the chimichangas and all this shit, and they took away from the character, in my opinion, and they made it more trying to make him more pleasable to
marketable, palatable.
Fucking bros who want to go out to fucking Walmart and get a fucking chimichanga fucking Deadpool hat, and I just fucking hate that shit.
Yeah.
But
Starting to sound very hipster.
He's so counterculture, dude.
He said, "I'm not a hipster," and then continues
I'm not a
very
hipster, but I'm just saying I love Deadpool before everybody else loved Deadpool. But so I'm not like hugely massively in love with Deadpool that much anymore. I do. Well, I'm not going to go on to that.
I mean, you still collect Deadpool.
I do.
Comics,
I still collect Deadpool comics. I love Duggan and Posen's run. That's my favorite. But regardless, Deadpool, and it was being done by Donald Glover, and I love Donald Glover.
Dude's smart. He's a very intelligent guy. He's funny as shit. I think he could have done a great job.
All-around artist.
Yeah.
I mean, he is musically talented, comedically talented. He's a good actor. He's a good director, producer, writer. I mean, the dude can do almost anything. And
dude's a busy motherfucker, too.
He's so good that Bendis... Yeah, here we go.
This guy,
I had to drop Bendis.
Okay, good.
Bendis based Miles Morales on Childish Gambino, on Donald Glover, on the fact because everybody flipped fucking shit when they were like talking like maybe we should cast Donald Glover as Spider-Man, and they're like Donald Glover can't be Spider-Man, he's black. And then
he's like, well, fine.
Why do I always do racist voice?
I'm gonna make a black Spider-Man. You're all gonna fucking chug his dick.
Yeah,
and now Miles is a pretty beloved character.
Yeah,
he is.
And so it's like you take two of like some of my favorite things and you put them into a bowl, and then you go, here is your favorite soup, and I go, and then they go,
someone just like,
fuck you, bitch!
I just smack it onto the ground and watch you just like cry as it just soaks the floor.
It was so close.
It was my ice cream, and you knocked it out of my goddamn hand.
All right,
That's like getting head, and then right when you're about to come,
she's like, don't come in my mouth.
she's like, don't come in my mouth.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay.
That's the worst.
I've actually had that.
Okay.
That's the worst.
All right, Dallas, what are your thoughts on this?
I hadn't heard a whole lot about it, but I was excited for it. I don't have a whole lot of opinions on it other than the script I've been going through.
How about this? The fact that it came out and it was canceled due to quote-unquote creative differences from FX and Donald Glover. I'm assuming Donald Glover wouldn't budge on his artistic vision. FX was like, do this, do this. He's like, no. I'm thinking that's probably about the way it went down. Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, he's not going to be like,
no.
Yeah, give me all these studio notes because that's how I became successful, you know.
Well,
No,
I mean,
it's just the classic case of studio interfering again.
Right.
And if that's the case...
But I have to wonder, like, what exactly happened? Because FX puts out Archer, and Archer's fucking hilarious and raunchy. And all I could think of is, we need to make this more of a recognizable version of Deadpool. You know, and from what I heard, I don't remember where I heard this. There were some rumblings about the fact that Donald Glover wanted to kind of take this version of Deadpool because he can't die and almost make him like a god-type character who can also, because he's aware of his own existence and the world that he lives in and he can't die, like he wanted to kind of give him this like almost god complex. I don't know if that's what it was about. and if that's even true.
I don't know. FX does put out a lot of like really raunchy shit. I mean, they got Always Sunny. They did Wilfred there for a little bit, and
so yeah, I can't think it's that.
And then they also do Atlanta, which is Childish Gambino, which is Donald Glover,
which I know is getting renewed. So
yeah, and it's a great fucking show. If you guys haven't seen it,
I still haven't checked out Atlanta.
It is a great show.
That's what I hear.
And then like artistic vision, if you're gonna sit here and judge somebody's artistic vision, what about fucking Legion? Like that shit, like I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I love it because of how artistic it is. And Jake's over here like, fucking don't understand. It's weird.
No, I didn't say that. I just
fucking hate it.
I couldn't get into it
because it's weird. It's artistic and it's.
Oh yeah,
it's weird.
Coming from the guy who's like, "Oh, I thought you weren't gonna like this movie because of camera angles and lighting." You know, fuck you, dude. No, it just wasn't my type of thing.
He does he jacks off to camera angles. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You've been in the shop long enough that when he starts talking about a movie, he's like, "Man, the camera angles."
That Dutch angle got me so.
Oh my god! Did you see how they did it in first person?
It's called a point of view shot. You'd think you'd watch enough porn to know.
He's about to come. He is about to come.
All right, he's getting there.
All right, you guys like to watch Spider-Man in the POV?
You're derailing this too much, Josh.
Wow,
don't make me scold you on air. Not again.
Oh, you mean like by calling me James?
Yes.
You fucking asshole.
I will put you in your place so goddamn quick.
You call me James?
I will turn this bus around pretty damn quick.
Turn this fucking bus around.
So much emotion.
All right. And you guys, anything else you need to want to say? You have any opinions, any thoughts, any types of...
Supposedly...
I'm so glad you said it with a D instead of a B. You know how many people say supposedly?
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. Thank you.
A script leaked for the finale, and I've been reading through it. We just found it right as we started this podcast, so this is all new to us. We haven't read through it, but I read through the first 2 pages of, I think, 13 pages, and the humor for Deadpool seems pretty right on the nail. Not immature, fart, poop, overly chimichanga all the time.
I fucking hate that shit.
But it's very educated, very well written.
Does it feel highbrow?
Yeah, like there's some
Deadpool noob read a little bit of the script real fast.
I handed my phone to Josh, so he's going to read it while we kind of discuss it.
Sure.
Some of the humor there, like I got to page 2 and there was a nutsack joke, but
that's pretty restrained for Deadpool.
It was.
You know? I mean, 2 pages to get to a nutsack joke.
It was describing a character, and it seems like they didn't linger on it too much. The character he's having dialogue with takes it for what it is, probably understands that's how Deadpool talks. I'm going to move on, answer your question. We're not going to linger with this nutsack joke.
Right here, this is where I'd get sold, right? Deadpool, and I'm not going to go all into the whole script, but right here, I was a huge G-Unit fan. Sold. like Deadpool is a G-Unit fan. G-Unit.
The part on the second page that really got me is he's talking about some character, and he says this character bit Beyonce's face. He pauses. He says, "Wait." Then he does a relieved emotion, and then says, "Oh, thank God it was Jennifer Lawrence. I already hate her." And so I laughed.
Sold again.
Like,
sold fucking
that humor works, and it's like you said. He knows he's in a comic book world. He knows what's in the real world, and he picks actors and actresses that he knows. I'm sold. Yeah. And then it's gone.
I mean, meta commentary from Deadpool is what we all expect. It sounds like this had a lot of it.
Yeah, and so far on page 2, it looks decent if this is the actual script.
But here's the thing, too. We can't forget the fact that this is Donald Glover, right? He's doing it. He's in charge of this. He can always take this to another studio. He can always take this to another channel and pitch it there. You know, I mean...
Go for it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's true.
You could always take it to Showtime or HBO or Stars. I mean, anything like that creates adult content that doesn't have any problem with cursing or nudity. I mean, shit, we've all seen Game of Thrones or Spartacus or something, right?
Any studio that's okay with that should never say no to this.
Right. So, I mean, the thing is, though, they had a built-in channel with FX because it's owned by Fox.
Right.
I don't know what kind of legal things they could be tripping over as far as taking to a different studio, but as long as it's still Fox produced and distributed, I don't know if it matters what channel it airs on.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know all the red tape you'd have to go through, but yeah. Well, it's too bad. We probably won't be seeing that for a while. Let's move on to other things we won't be seeing for a while. You like that transition?
Oh, man. Segues are so much fun with Jake.
I know. All right,
Segues the Jake.
Segues the Jake. Oh, my God.
I'm going to make a graphic with that.
So good right now.
We look so good right now.
We look so good right now.
Like so good.
Dallas, you weren't there.
Yeah, you weren't there. You don't get to be part of this.
Okay.
This is our inside joke. You shut the fuck up, man.
Blake, which you're not listening, you were there, bro.
I love you.
So anyway, So the other things that we won't be seeing for a while, if maybe ever, is Dark Phoenix, another one of my draft picks. This second draft pick.
Rigged collusion.
Yeah, second draft pick that I have that's been pushed back to 2019. So for a little fantasy update on anybody who cares, what was the other movie I had that got Mulan? Mulan got pushed back, so I decided to take Christopher Robin.
Right.
Now that I've been told that the X-Men Dark Phoenix has now been pushed back to 2019, I got to find a replacement. But yes, Dark Phoenix has been pushed from November to February of next year, in lieu of taking the Bohemian Rhapsody Freddie Mercury biopic in November. And then, for some fucking reason, New Mutants got pushed back from April of next year to August of next year. So it's been pushed back almost like 16 months, because it was originally supposed to come out like 2 weeks from now.
Right.
This year. And now it's coming out August of next year. Don't know. So here's my thinking. One, they decided to move up the Freddie Mercury biopic because they want it to maybe be an Oscar contender. And that's right around the time you see the Oscar movies coming out. Maybe that's what they think they have on their hands, but with this whole Bryan Singer lawsuit thing that might be happening, who knows what happens there. They've had proven success with Deadpool in February, so Dark Phoenix probably not too much trouble there, especially with what Black Panther just did in February.
Oh, yeah.
So,
hey, honey, how do you want to spend Valentine's Day? Let's go watch the opening release of
have
Dark
you
Phoenix.
ever seen the Shi'ar take on a Firebird of Cosmic Force?
Oh, Cosmic Force.
But then the weird thing to me is the New Mutants thing. This is the real story to me, because why the fuck do you give us a New Mutants trailer, then you push it back to, when did it get pushed back to? It got pushed back to, I think, April of next year.
I think so.
And then for no fucking reason, you push New Mutants back to August of next year. And here's the thing, too. New Mutants does not hinge. Its release does not hinge upon X-Men Dark Phoenix, because it was originally supposed to come out before Dark Phoenix. Now they're pushing it to after. So it's not like, oh, you need to see Dark Phoenix before you see the New Mutants. So what the fuck is happening? Are we going to see this movie? Is it going to become another Fant 4 stick? What's happening? What do you make of it, Dallas?
It better happen, because the last few X-Men movies, the most recent one actually, Apocalypse, didn't care for. I didn't. I thought they started off strong with the reimagining, retelling of classic tales, going backwards, younger actors. I thought they started off real strong with First Class, and then Days of Future Past was excellent.
I thought Days of Future Past was pretty damn good.
And then they came out with the shining, polished turd that was Apocalypse.
Shining?
Yeah, they shined it a little bit, put some nice CG stuff on it.
They shined it, they're like, ooh, let's put some Oscar Isaac
Oscar
in there. People love Oscar Isaac.
Some really shitty CG, but then you got a good scene with Magneto, his family getting killed.
But I kind of lost faith after that movie, because it was so bad. It wasn't that it was like, it's forgivably bad. It was just bad.
I'm telling you right now, the whole movie was bad. The one thing that sold me that told me that movie fucking, like, just pissed me off about that movie, where I was halfway tempted to walk out of the movie, was
Angel?
Was Jean Grey already having the Phoenix
Oh, I
Force?
know.
I'm like, why? Why are you pushing this so
already
much?
did this in the past trilogy. Why are you doing it again? I mean,
just let Jean Grey be Jean Grey for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let Jean be Jean, damn it.
Let Jean be Jean, God damn it.
she's got a power inside of her. Well, that's more Sean Connery again.
God damn it,
damn
Sean
it, that's
Connery, get the fuck out of here.
Son of a bitch.
Man, that motherfucker won't leave.
League of Very Ordinary Gentlemen.
Bringing it back on track.
Okay, yeah. So I don't understand. I mean, Dark Phoenix. I'm curious about. Again,
I'm
it's Simon Kinberg's directorial debut. They said they're going to be going into space, so at least they're going to be with the comics that far. Sophie Turner as Jean Grey hasn't wowed me yet. The last movie again soured my taste for this franchise a lot.
But New Mutants, though, like watching that trailer, it looked extremely well done, at least from a trailer.
Yeah.
Had a very horror-esque vibe to it, and I was like, this is different because it's separating from the superhero vibe. So they're creating a different movie in the same universe with a different feel.
Is it the same universe though? Do we know it's the same universe? Because it's like Logan's not really the same universe. And
I feel like that was a one-off, like specific because
right,
the
but
series is so
Deadpool's not
popular.
really the same universe. Their continuity
One thing that
is really
wait. Let's be honest here. Don't sit here and talk about continuity, because when it comes to the X-Men movies,
There is
all
no
X-Men
That's
movies,
what I'm saying.
there is no continuity.
That's what I'm saying.
Like there is like
So I'm not.
they don't give a shit about a fucking timeline. They're just like, oh,
What
let's fuck this up.
timeline?
What I'm saying is this New Mutants movie might not even have anything to do with the X-Men
That's
universe.
fair.
So it's like, why are you pushing this back?
But I think they announced that they're supposed to be new students in Xavier's School of Gifted Youngsters.
Oh, they're going to be new students, but I doubt any of them are the New Mutants. So I don't think any of them are going to be from the New Mutants. And, you know, There's just no connection to this.
I know.
I know that they talked about the New Mutants. They were like, okay, we're gonna go and do some reshoots, and they want to add a character in. They haven't announced what character
Legion.
they're adding in, but I can't imagine that the fact that you need to add one single character into this movie, you need a 16-month pushback.
Either that or it's really fucking huge.
No.
Really huge.
I don't know what's going on. This really reeks to me like it just smells like Fant Four Stick all over again.
It could be.
It pisses me off because it looked like Dallas was saying. It looks so good.
It
I was
does.
so pumped about it. I was really excited.
I want to see a Colossus. If we're gonna get a Magic, I want a Colossus in this universe. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And then the horror-esque vibe with the being
Watch them
comic
add
book.
Gambit. Watch them fucking add Channing Tatum Gambit to this.
That'll
fucking
make you
movie.
so happy, won't it?
I won't watch the movie.
Or you will watch it like 3 times.
Better,
won't
yeah. I
watch
just
it.
want them to add little clips of Channing Tatum in like 21 Jump Street in there. Just like they're talking about something. They're like, okay, so we got to go to space, and he just goes, "Fuck you, science."
Yes. All right. I don't know. Anything else you guys think to talk about? I mean, like I said, I think that the Bohemian Rhapsody thing is just for Oscar consideration.
And that sounds like a legitimate.
Right. And then, I mean, pushing back Dark Phoenix 3 months isn't a huge... That's not a huge thing. But pushing back New Mutants
again.
16 months, that something ain't right in paradise here.
I don't know. It's probably that just tells me it's kind of freaks me out because I think it's not going to be that good if it does come out.
I'm kind of wondering, what if it doesn't come out?
This sits on the shelf.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like that's
I mean,
never
that
happened
could,
before.
I mean, yeah, it could.
No,
I really hope not. But
I'm just saying, it's very possible this movie might not see the light of day.
Like all I'm going to sit here and do is like if you shelf New Mutants and it never comes out, then where the fuck was these people when Wolverine Origins came out? Like
Yeah, I
that
know.
should have been shelved. Like
Yeah, they're like, oh, I just finished Wolverine Origins, cut the check, put it in theaters.
it makes you wonder what to think. If Fox keeps going, no, this needs more work. We need to push it back, and it's like, but all the other garbage you put out in this universe.
But you know what also kind of reeks to me a little bit too? I know Dallas is not going to like this, Batman v Superman. It got delayed a year.
it did.
And I wasn't too impressed with what we got. So I don't know, man.
To
This
be
is
honest,
worrisome. But here's the thing: the New Mutants property itself is not near and dear to my heart. So it's
No,
not
it's
like,
not.
oh fuck you. You know, there probably are some New Mutants diehards out there that are like, God damn it, this fucking sucks. For me, it's just like, all right, well, whatever.
I was just excited because it was a horror-esque
Yeah,
superhero
exactly.
tale, which isn't something you see usually.
No.
Yeah, and of course, and like we talked about this millions of times, the New Mutants storyline. There's only one actual good storyline, and that's the Demon Bear storyline. Shameless plug. Jake has the Demon Bear trade in the shop if you would like to read up on it.
You know, you already snagged one copy,
I did already snag one copy.
so there's still one copy left.
Yeah, but that's like the best storyline that they have. It's like actually the only good one that they have, and like except like
The only memorable one, let's just
yeah,
say.
and I mean you got the introduction to the Legion and stuff like that. But regardless, the people next door are making lots of
No
noises.
shit, guys.
So sorry if you guys can hear that. I mean, they totally derailed this podcast.
Cocksuckers.
Okay.
All right.
But it's the only good storyline that they have, so there's really not a whole lot for them to really work on. So, I mean, I'm the same way. There's really not a whole lot to go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a property I care too much about. I mean, it doesn't sound like good news for this movie, but
No, it
for me, my life keeps going. You know,
Oh,
it
well,
doesn't
yeah.
really bother me one way or
I mean,
the other.
all our lives keep going. Just
Yeah,
because a
but,
movie
you
gets
know,
pushed back doesn't mean that
If
we
they
die.
were to announce an Iron Man 4 and go, oh my God, Iron Man 4 is going to be adopting like the Five Nightmares or Stark Disassembled.
Tony Stark's going to be adopted in the next Iron Man 4. You set it up.
All right. Anyway,
You
if they were to
have to
do
know.
that and they were like, "Oh, here's a trailer for Iron Man 4," I'm like, "Holy fuck, that blew my mind." And they're like, we're gonna push it back like 16 months." I'd be pissed. What the
Well, yeah.
fuck? This sucks. I'd be thoroughly pissed. But the fact that it would.
You mean you'd probably be as pissed off as if they took a...
Are you gonna make another adopted joke?
No, I
Because
wasn't going to
I'm
say
already gonna
adopted.
head
I
that
wasn't
one
going
off.
to make adopted joke. I try my hardest not to do those. You just
didn't
make it
try
too
very
easy
hard.
sometimes. But no, you mean like you're going to be as upset and a butthurt as like someone who found out that they're not going to be doing a Donald Glover produced, made Deadpool.
I don't feel like you were that enthusiastic about it in the first place. So.
I really wasn't.
I know. So
Wow.
I'm a Deadpool noob, remember? I don't really give a shit about that. You know what? And Donald Glover who? I mean, is he related to Danny?
Who's this guy?
getting too old for this shit. Okay, this has been derailed too much.
I was going to say, a moment of silence for the integrity of this podcast.
It's gone.
Yeah.
I know. It's gone.
But no, that would truly bother me if I got this
Right.
this trailer that just blew my mind. I was like, holy fuck, this looks great. I can't wait. I mean, after like the reception Iron Man 2 and 3 have had with audiences, I'm like, this is going to be the movie that gets everyone back on board with like solo Iron Man movies and shit. And they're like, yeah, 16-month delay. Possible we never see it. And I'd be pretty upset. I'm not going to lie. It's something I'd really want to see. But I don't know. Any guys' last thoughts on the New Mutants, Dark Phoenix?
Unfortunate, don't care.
So unfortunate for Dark Phoenix and don't care about New Mutants?
Other way around.
Oh, unfortunate for New Mutants, don't care about Dark Phoenix.
Yes.
Gotcha. How do you feel?
Exactly the same.
Okay. Well,
Dark Phoenix, I do not give a shit about.
Yeah,
Dark
really
Phoenix, I am just curious about. That is it. It's more curiosity than investment. You know what I mean? It's like I want to see what they do. I mean,
I get that.
they're going to be like, "Hey, X-Men in space. This is the first time we're doing it." All right. You know what? You have my interest.
I guess there's a little bit of curiosity just because they're doing something slightly different. But like I
But
said,
something a little bit closer to the comics too. I mean, that we know that's traditionally how she gets the Phoenix
Right.
Force, and
And
the
I mean-
Shi'ar are confirmed. Apparently, so maybe the Skrulls. Don't know.
I don't know. Would be interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. Okay, let's move on to something else that has Skrulls.
Jigging segways!
Segways with Jake!
Segways with Jake!
Need your own theme song now.
I do. I'll have you.
with Jake.
We'll work
Wasn't
on
as
it.
good as the intro.
No.
Oh, god damn it.
You got to do it in the same voice.
Segways with Jake.
I can do that.
That's better. That's
Can you give it a little more like of a Michael Jackson oomph kind of thing?
Like, what do you mean, oomph?
Like a little,
Like you
like
re-
a
like-
little, like soul.
Yeah, give it some of that.
Right there.
Segways with Jake.
Yeah, there we
Now
go.
throw it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
That's your intro.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's your
we'll
intro.
re-record that and we'll
Copyright
put.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
gonna re-record that little segment. And we'll post it in every time we have to segue.
This is when we
into a
get
topic.
sued.
Yeah. All right. So.
Michael Jackson Foundation.
All right. So some new casting information for next. I think it's next April. The Captain Marvel movie comes out.
I'll double check.
I think. Don't have to double check. I'm pretty sure.
He doesn't give a shit.
I
about
want
it
to
'cause
double
he's a
check because when I can prove
fucking
you wrong,
hates
I'm happy.
feminine.
Okay, well, anyways, so we got confirmation because the movie takes place in the 90s that Clark Gregg's Agent Coulson will be in the movie, as well as Lee Pace as Ronan the Accuser and Jamon Hounsou as Korath the Pursuer. Thoughts?
I am so fucking amped for this movie.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm being
I can't
100%
either.
serious. You know, I love Captain Marvel, and Carol Danvers Captain Marvel.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's March.
Ooh,
Proving him wrong.
yeah.
Keep tally.
March 8th, 2019.
Watch
Jake does
them
not know
push it
everything.
back to
To
April.
April.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, eat it.
Suck a dick, Dallas.
I'm super excited, and I feel like Brie Larson is the perfect casting.
I think
for
she's a
Captain
great
Marvel.
casting, yeah.
Yeah, and I love Captain Marvel. I'm excited. It's based in the 90s, which I love the fucking
Which she
90s.
should be wearing the Warbird costume, let's be honest here.
We can argue about this all day,
I
but
know,
we're not going to
I know.
argue about it right,
All right,
now. We've
that's
already
fine.
done it millions of times.
Sure.
I haven't heard it.
But I'm excited.
Encourage it. I'm encouraging
Okay.
it.
I like
do
it.
it.
Stop. Okay.
Jake doesn't like it because he feels like it's too feminazi.
It is. It's way too butched up. But anyways.
I like it, Butch.
Go on.
Okay, but regardless, I think it's great. I love Agent Coulson. I think it's going to be great. And then,
Do you think they'll de-age him at all? Like use a little bit of that Hank Pym de-aging stuff on him? Or
that would be cool.
I think they will.
Yeah,
I'm sure they use a little bit
No,
of it.
I think it's great that they're throwing these characters in there. They're characters that we really didn't get a whole lot of. I mean, we did get a lot of,
Ronan.
Agent. Well, I was going to say Agent Coulson, but Ronan, we did get a handful of. I think it's great. I mean, it kind of takes a full circle and creates a now not just a world, but also a timeline, more of a timeline in this whole Marvel universe.
Take note, Fox and DC.
Yeah.
Interconnectivity and timelines.
Right, yeah.
Continuity is
Pay attention to the continuity you've already established,
Right.
yeah. And I think this is awesome. I think hopefully this does a little more justice to Ronan the Accuser because, goddamn,
Agreed.
Guardians of the Galaxy, as enjoyable as that movie is, Ronan was just not a good villain. He was
You don't get the same sense as what you do when you're reading him in a comic book.
No, not even close.
Like in the comic book,
he has a presence. Like when he comes on, when he's involved in the story, like shit. Okay, Ronan's here. Shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, and in this, you just kind of like, oh, it's Ronan.
Yeah.
I feel like
not
in the
Thanos.
movie,
We're okay.
You call me boy. I did.
think
Shut the fuck up. Go sit in the corner.
I think they were trying to establish that presence with the yelling, but it just came off as yelling, not presence.
It kind of came off as a little bit of a
I think
whiny
they tried
brat.
to-
It did.
I think they tried to put that, show that presence with people throwing gold dust on his naked body.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's not a bad little sound effect either.
You're full of them. You are.
I told you.
But no, that, and I think Korath, like, because in the comic books, Korath is also an accuser. He's not, well, he's the pursuer, but he's also like
He's an accuser.
he is an accuser.
Just in case you didn't know. From DC
But he
Comics.
wears like the same. He wears the same kind of garb as Ronan does in the comics, And I kind of hope we get to see a little bit of that. I don't know what the fuck was with like the weird head mechanical implants.
more than
and-
two.
I'd like to see the two
weird-
of them
being like hoodie buddies.
Yeah, exactly.
Hoodie buddies.
Like there are some. I think it was actually in the Annihilation book where you kind of see them just sharing a drink after a day at work, judging people and shit. But and they both carry around fucking hammers and shit. But no, I think this is cool. One, because we get to see Coulson. Maybe we'll see him in a different role as far as like maybe he's not as high up in Shield as he is. So maybe
He's just like a
could be.
maybe he's like a lowly intern.
like a guard boy. Like all he does is sit there and watches the monitors on the.
He's just like a little.
helicarrier.
He's like a little baby duck following Nick Fury around.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, what are you doing today? But what'll be interesting to see is because as far as we knew, Iron Man was like the first hero, right? And then of course in the 40s we had Cap, but like Coulson knew about Captain. Like this will retroactively change our ideas of what Coulson was aware about far as the past Marvel movies, because he'll know of like the Kree, he'll know of, which I think rewrites all of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., by the way, because Kree was all this new shit to him.
Oh man.
But anyway,
So Marvel didn't follow continuity.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Maybe.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not canon.
Maybe.
Anyway.
We're speculating here.
But so it'll kind of retroactively change what we know about Coulson and what he was aware of in the universe. He would know about Captain Marvel. He would know about the Kree. He would know about the Skrulls, which maybe Coulson was a Skrull in the first Avengers, and that's who died.
Oh man, you fucker! Oh shit! Because I was about to say, I was sitting here thinking about it because you were sitting here saying all this. I'm like, why wouldn't like Agent Coulson been like, hey Nick, I know that we have the Avengers here and everything, but Loki seems to be a little bit more than what we can actually handle. Should we call Carol and see if she can come down here and help? And like, so because like he knows Carol, he knows
Right.
Captain Marvel at this point. Maybe we don't know from the movie,
Right?
But then all of a sudden, like, what if he is a Skrull?
What if he's a Skrull?
What if he was a Skrull the whole time? What if we never actually knew?
Agent Coulson.
Yeah.
And that
His name was Phil.
there's one other person you pissed off.
I like the idea of him not being a Skrull. Like
No,
him-
yeah, I'm
I
just
like the
saying.
idea of him knowing all this, but keeping it because it gives you that government secret operative
Right.
feel. But I like that he has all of this knowledge and he used what was at his disposal at the time, as opposed to trying to contact, Carol Danvers or.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I really like the idea of like maybe this is the Agent Coulson that we never got to actually meet.
Right.
And then in all these new ones, like all these new movies, like maybe Coulson's actually present, like a prisoner or something. Like he's held captive, and then this is just a Skrull.
That's the next Avengers movie. They gotta free him.
Here's my thinking, because now that we've got Ronan and Korath both confirmed for the movie, is I think they're gonna blend. I mean, I think this all but confirms the Kree Skrull War, and that's what's going on in this movie. But I think they are also planting the seeds for Secret Invasion, which Avengers 4 might be a blend of Secret Invasion and like Infinity War. So it's a little bit of both. And because, I mean, why are you going to be introducing the Skrulls right before Avengers 4? I don't think
Preparing
Thanos...
for the future.
Exactly. I don't think Thanos dies in Avengers 3. I don't think he's finished off. So that's going to have to bring Thanos and probably the Skrulls and maybe even the Kree back, because we know that Thanos was like, fuck you, Ronan, So
that goes with the question, since we're on this topic. Do you think she will make an appearance in the Avengers movie? I've heard a lot of discussion about it.
So another little tidbit to tell you. So remember when we first got pictures leaked of Larson in the suit and she's holding the newspaper and shit?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Apparently, the production for Captain Marvel had not started yet. So I'm thinking that might be a post-credit stinger.
Could be.
Because if the Captain Marvel movie had not actually started shooting when those photos dropped, because they just announced, like, hey, the movie just started shooting not too long ago. We got those, a couple months ago?
Oh, yeah.
It's been at least 2 months since we got that. That's probably a post-credit stinger for something.
I mean, could it possibly be a screen test?
No, I mean, she's
like her with the suit.
No, when you do screen tests, you do screen tests on very controlled environments like a soundstage and a set, right? With controlled lighting, controlled sound, controlled everything, and with your cameras and everything.
I was waiting for you to say it.
This was outside, and she's looking at a newspaper, probably going, "Holy fuck, what year is this?" You know, like why else would she be just like holding up a newspaper?
For real though. God damn it! Fuck you, Jay.
Maybe she was just on a break.
Fucking mind.
Maybe she was on a break and just reading the paper.
No, she's standing there. She's like standing in the street.
I was sitting here thinking the same thing because like she's holding it like really like she's just like standing there as if she just like Marty McFly that shit and just like, well, you're my.
When I first saw that, I was like, oh yeah, in the '90s people still read the paper and shit, but now she's like, she wouldn't know anything about the internet, so she would go grab a paper and go, what the fuck?
So explain to me this then. If that's the case, why is she in the?
I don't know.
The green.
I don't know. Other than my only explanation for that right now, because I haven't thought too much about it. I mean, it did cross my mind. But the only explanation I have for it right now is that it goes and it's actually color corrected later in post, and they CGI the color.
I think the green fits because
it might, but why?
Because
in her
that's
own
what
movie,
the soldiers actually wear,
right? But in her own movie, why wouldn't she have the red, blue, and gold?
I mean, this easily could be early.
I mean, I'm thinking that
she
it's
could
just
always
like
get her red, blue, and
the
gold.
way I took it was like it was just like a beginning thing. Like
That's
it was
how I'm taking
her
it.
starting out,
right? But
if
if
she was in the Kree.
But if she's in our time, she would be wearing her red, blue, and gold. So my only idea is that maybe it's either CGI'd on later or, wherever she had maybe make some kind of escape, she had to steal a suit real quick or something because hers got trashed.
Because she was wearing like
the
a
red,
piece.
gold, and blue, yeah. Ooh, or the Warbird.
The Warbird.
She was in the Warbird.
What would you do if they
costume.
introduced that though? Would
Oh,
you be
dude.
happy then if they just kind of give you a glimpse of the Warbird costume?
Yes, I would.
I would be okay with that. But
even if she was like just testing, she's like, I don't think this is the costume for me, and she's like looking at her ass in the mirror, like, yeah, all right, that's not gonna translate well.
I've seen enough. I've got it.
Just give us the nod. I mean, she wore that for longer than any other thing she wore in the comics.
Yes, but the new one though is really nice.
It is a good
the
suit
shoulder
design.
pads.
It's a good suit design. Yeah, the shoulder pads. Yeah, but look at Wonder Woman.
That's the one.
Look at Wonder Woman. She's still got exposed arms, exposed legs, but she's still got battle armor. No one's like, oh, this fucking slut. You know, it's like, no, she still looks like a badass warrior, but she's also sexy.
See, for me, it's not that she looked like a slut in the Warbird suit. I like that suit. It's sexy, yes.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's like I just love the Captain Marvel suit.
I like it, but why can't you maybe give some exposed arm, exposed thigh, something?
Because she's a fucking captain.
So?
She has to be professional.
It's a fucking comic
She leads
book.
the Alpha Flight in space.
It's a fucking comic book. Give me a break.
Motherfucker.
Look. Okay, fine. But did you have to give her the goddamn mohawk?
Does she have the mohawk in there?
Yeah. Well,
you mean in the comic
in the
books?
comic
Yeah,
books, yeah.
I like the mohawk. It's fucking edgy.
You also have just admittedly on this podcast 2 days say that you suck dick. So I don't really take what you say with a whole
Don't
lot
act
of,
like you hadn't had a mouthful of cock a couple times.
Never.
How did you get the money for this shop?
I killed some people.
You killed some people?
Yeah.
By sucking their cock.
Yeah. I sucked it so good they died of amazement.
Sucked the goddamn life force right out of the fucking tip of their dicks.
I took my love gun and shot him full of holes.
Love gun.
Thank you. That's where I was going. Thank you.
Kiss. Yeah. Okay.
Man, this podcast has been massively derailed.
Yeah,
this
but we
whole
keep
time.
getting back on track. So let's
That's
keep getting
good.
back
Yeah,
on
let's
track.
get back on track.
All
All right,
right,
give us
so-
one of your segues.
I don't think it's going to be post-production CG. I was thinking beginning suit. I think she's going to get a suit reminiscent of her colors. Maybe not, a classic, maybe something original. Because, I mean, most of the Marvel movies, some of them have been classic, but they've taken some liberties with some of them. So I think they're going to take liberties with it. I definitely don't think the green's going to be her. The green and, turquoise is going to be hers.
But then, I mean, if it's not, that has to negate the fact that it's a post-credit stinger. You know what I mean?
I'm more under the impression it's going to be post-credit tying into some way, shape, or form, whether it's footage or something, some way, shape, or form tying into the beginning of Captain Marvel, not the end where she's wearing her current suit.
I mean, that's possible. I don't know.
It also may not be a stinger.
It may not, but I'm just saying
That's
we
a
got
cool
those. We
idea.
got those suits or those pictures months ago.
We did.
And they just said that not too long ago they just started production on this movie. So, I mean, I don't know.
Well, the other thing, too, is as if you read any Captain Marvels, especially of lately, Carol has this bad knack of getting trapped in space.
Yeah, and that's why I think so much time has passed. Like she's like, oh, I left in the 90s. She comes back in 2019 or whatever. But for her, maybe a few months had passed, not fucking 20 years.
Maybe she's trapped in space somehow, and the only thing that she has that she can wear is a Kree warrior suit.
That's what I'm saying.
And then she flies back down to Earth, and
that's what I said earlier. I said, what if her suit got trashed?
I'm confirming your belief.
What if she comes back to Earth after working?
Marvel, what if?
Marvel, what if she comes back to Earth? And Tony Stark comes in the movie, and he's like, I'm going to help you out, kid. I'm going to give you a suit.
I'm going to give you a little... I'm
going to be your fucking father.
I'll be your uncle. Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony. Also, I'm going to fuck your aunt.
Guys, I just cracked it. Spoiler for Infinity War. He's like, you know what your suit could use? A little red and gold. But you know what happened? The last captain died. We need you to put a little blue on there.
I liked our idea better.
Bam.
Yeah.
Uncle Tony.
Bam.
Uncle
No.
Tony.
I like Tony.
No.
I like Tony being the king of fucking your aunt. Like he just like meets you and he's like, "Hey kid, I'm gonna help you out. You got an aunt? I'm gonna fuck that bitch. I'm gonna fuck her in her ass."
Look, I just confirmed for you that Cap dies, and the reason she has blue on her suit is to honor Captain America.
Motherfucker, we already know that Cap's gonna die. We're gonna fucking eat so much dirt if Cap does not die.
Being serious,
there's a
honestly,
possibility
though, I do like that idea. Some sort of honoring system. Cap dying, she steps in as the new
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Air quotes.
that is nice. But they already introducing. Aren't they already introducing the fact of Captain Marvel?
Yeah, because I think Jude Law is playing Marvel.
Which is another great casting.
That is a great casting. And then they got Ben Mendelsohn playing, the head Skrull. I really hope we get a little tease, like a Super Skrull type thing.
A little tease.
Finger waving.
Yeah.
Finger waving. You like.
Can we stop derailing this so goddamn?
Like
towards the end, can we just finish strong?
We're trying to get to an hour.
Okay, let's finish strong.
I don't want to get to an hour. It'd be nice if we got this under
an
hour.
All right, cut it now.
Yeah, just cut it. Boom.
Anyways, anything else you guys want to add to anything about Captain Marvel? I mean, again, we're getting Korath, Ronan, and Coulson are all back for this movie. I'm pretty excited to see Conan.
I'm really excited to see Conan the Barbarian.
I'm thinking Korath and Ronan, but I'm excited to see Ronan. I really think that does mean some kind of form of Kree Skrull war.
Yeah.
And and most of this movie might not even take place on Earth, because how does Earth forget the Kree Skrull war? So I'm thinking it's gonna be a nice little space romp the way Ragnarok was.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Maybe we see an older 1990s version of Xandar. Yeah,
maybe.
We're all shrugging.
How about this?
Shrug. One
last thing. She's in the 90s. Tell me what 90s hit song plays in the soundtrack. Now you know at least one's going to play. What one 90s hit will play?
Two Princes.
Spin Doctors.
Spin Doctors.
Wow.
I'm going Spin Doctors.
Okay. Dallas, what do you think?
He's thinking Hanson because he's like, that's my favorite song.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I
thought
Hanson.
This shit, man.
God. There's so many untapped 90s songs.
Like to call me baby.
That would be great. That would
Spin
be.
Doctors.
That would be great.
Right?
Oh God. There's so many good 90s songs, and I mean, I listen to metal, so they're not going to pick any 90s
This
metal,
movie better have a great 90s soundtrack.
I got one. She wakes up, she's getting ready for her, just another day at the Air Force, and you just hear Sublime's What I Got start to play.
Of course.
Come
this
on.
Motherfucker has a Sublime tattoo. His fucking opinion on this shit doesn't matter.
Or she's getting busy with some dude, you just hear Caress Me Down by Sublime. You know?
Sublime plug.
But what if we did get some grungy Soundgarden or Nirvana? Yeah.
I'd be more happy with Alice in Chains, but
okay, little Alice in Chains, or little Man in the Box.
I'm thinking more like Walk Like an Egyptian.
Jesus, I think that's 80s.
That might be 80s.
I think that's 80s.
I might be a little
out of the
off on my
likelihood of
time.
grunge, Nirvana's probably the most likely, just because everybody knows it.
I want to see her working at the Air.
But Chris Cornell actually did get back to Soundgarden for the Avengers soundtrack, so we could hear some Soundgarden.
I'd like to see her put one of her airplanes away in a carrier, and she's singing Closing Time.
On a jet plane.
I was thinking Closing Time.
Oh God, no! Please no Semisonic.
Closing Time.
No Semisonic.
This podcast's about to be over.
All right. Well, do you have any song that you think might play?
Nope.
No, I do like the Spin Doctors though. I do like that.
That is solid.
If there's not Spin Doctors in this movie, I'm leaving the fucking.
Or you get all the way to the end, right at the credits. You don't even sit through the credits. Like I'm mad.
Possum Kingdom by the Toadies. Do you wanna die?
There you go.
There you go.
I'm thinking like Jim Blossoms.
Oh, a little Hey Jealousy.
I love Jim Blossoms.
I do too,
I'm
dude.
a massive Jim Blossoms fan.
I love Jim Blossoms. All right, well, yeah. All right, guys. I think that might be all that we have for you tonight. Or today, depending if you are listening to this.
This is
not
all we
tonight.
have for you.
Yeah. I hope you guys
Go home.
liked our.
It's over. The show's over. Go
Done.
home.
It's gone. Closing
Why
time.
are you still here?
Oh, you're still here.
Gather up the
All right, so
subscribers.
yeah, in the next one we're gonna have cable. So, but okay, guys.
Bow, bow.
All
We
right.
could land in him great endings where he can just hit it.
Yeah.
He's not, but he has to
He
have the
wants
last
his
fucking word.
professional
He
ending.
has to
Well,
have
guys,
the
I wanted to
professional
tag
ending.
some stuff for you motherfuckers too. But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
anyways,
What are you
guys,
gonna
thank you so
tag?
much for listening. We really appreciate it. As always, if you found this informative at all, share with your friends who might be into this content. Hit that thumbs up button if you liked it. Of course, please subscribe and comment. What are your guys' theories on Captain Marvel and Deadpool, and why the fuck did New Mutants get pushed back 16 goddamn months? I don't know. And if you guys are curious at all at any of our movie or TV reviews, you can always check us out on Stardust. You can check out Jake, me, at Comic Relief 11, no spaces. Josh, where can they find you on Stardust?
At Jam, JAM 1267. You can see all my reviews on each episode of Friends.
You're gonna have like 200 some reviews.
I'm not kidding.
holding you to that,
I'm
motherfucker.
going to.
Do it. All right. And Dallas, anything you want to plug?
You can find me at Hellblazer323, and then my company, Dark Metal Studios. We do 3D printing.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening.
Closing time.
Time for me
We
to
got
shut Josh
to
the fuck
leave.
up.